so pleased to be talking with Adam Christofferson, who founded Musical Intervention. Sum up Musical Intervention for me. What is it?
Basically, we help people write, record, and perform original music at the very base level. Really, it's about community, building community beyond diagnosis, beyond life conditions.
You work with the homeless.
Yeah.
What is your background that led you to trying to get the homeless to speak through music?
Well, once I developed this kind of music program, finding a way to get people to write and record original music, I just had this desire to go to the Green and start writing songs with people there. And I had met this guy there. I think the New Haven Independent picked it up really quick and caught us doing it. But I knew that it was very effective and that there was a population that just had a story to tell. And music, from my experience, is the best way to share that.
Now, you have a degree in recreational therapy.
Yeah.
You grew up in East Haven. You said you were an only child.
Yeah.
And now you're giving so much of yourself to try to help the homeless and others who are dealing with mental illness help to find themselves.
Yeah.
How does that happen to you?
Well, I guess it would start maybe with Sue Feldman. She was really the director of this program called Village of Power. They were on Dixwell Avenue, right in the basement of the Hill Health Center. And she had a program basically that would take women in who had AIDS, substance abuse, homelessness, dual diagnosis. And she brought me in to just start writing songs, singing songs with the people there. I was like 17 years old. I had been basically brought up in special education because of my life experiences. It was very, very complicated for me to go through and navigate kind of the regular education system. Actually, hard to find somebody who could take a shot on me. However, I had the opportunity to meet up with Richard Faricelli, who is the VP at Southern Connecticut State University. And so he was a family friend, and so I walked in one day, he was sitting at his desk, and I said, can you just give me a shot? I want to go to college. And he opened the door to Southern. He made me a resident advisor and then brought me in as a student government. I was able to start the ultimate Frisbee team at Southern.
Yes.
Yeah, right, we needed it, we needed it. And throughout the years of going to Southern, I stumbled on recreation and leisure studies and an incredible small department there. And through that, opened the door to Yale Child Psychiatric Inpatient Hospital, where I started working there and interning there.
Did you feel like, as a kid, that maybe some folks had given up on you?
Oh my gosh, yeah, it was, you know, my mother suffered with mental illness from her early 20s, and my father is a Vietnam veteran, and so there was a lot of
PTSD in the family.
Oh yeah, 100% disabled
Yeah.
American veteran with PTSD and multiple things, but both of them very full of creativity and art and love. Just couldn't quite get the things together to put me, to give me the things that I needed as a young person. So the state took custody of me. They put me in a foster home for a small period of time. And then my grandmother, my father's mother, took me in and cooked me Swedish pancakes.
She was Swedish?
Oh yeah, jag talar inte bra svenska.
Oh my gosh, I'm Swedish too. We'll talk about that in another show.
Yeah.
So new life got breathed into you because people believed in you, Adam.
Yeah.
You are now, in turn, doing the same for an entire society that most people would maybe not want to look at.
Yeah.
I want to show a bit of a documentary about the homeless in Connecticut and what you're doing.
Great, thanks.
I remember when I used to run away from home, like, if it's not raining or snowing, you sleep right on the sidewalk. Or maybe at Rite Aid's front door or the bus stop. 24-hour Dunkin' Donuts on York Street, the train station, until they kick you out at 1 o'clock. And stuff. You sleep at garages, you sleep in parks. Schools, you sleep anywhere that you could try to keep warm.
intervention is an opportunity for folks to express themselves using songwriting, recording, to reach their story. Music is one of the best ways to communicate that. We know that we have purpose. The good thing about music is it's able to reach beyond the diagnosis, beyond the trauma, beyond all of the life experiences that have caused some of these people to become homeless.
So you get this to your core.
Yeah.
You get this.
Yeah.
You have a space at 23 Temple Street where you are bringing folks in. Describe what the atmosphere is like there and what you're doing.
So first, it's a dream come true. I had envisioned this at 17 years old, that I would have a performing arts space that people can come and connect. And so the fact that it's a dream come true makes the environment magical and miraculous. And the things that were able to take place in such a very short amount of time, thanks to Project Storefront and the city, and Warren Ewan for volunteering his time as an incredible architect. However, we basically got the occupancy 2 hours before the mayor came to cut the ribbon. Like, there were so many pieces that had to come together in such a short amount of time with very low budget, that it's just a miracle. And then the day we opened, the floodgates. I mean, just people have been coming in every single day, needing and being inspired and getting inspired by other people who have already been inspired. It's every day is a story. Every day is a miracle.
To the homeless that come inside, are they hearing about what it is that you're building there, and they're coming more and more? And what you're trying to do is find these folks homes.
Yeah. So we've linked up with some amazing organizations like Liberty Community Services and the Fellowship Place and Columbus House to make sure that when they come. So what we found, I'll just say what we found is that there's at least 69 people living unsheltered, and what music happens to be a way to kind of intrigue people and bring people in a non-threatening way. And so we've been able to find people who aren't receiving any services. After they begin to make and create music, they feel more inspired to actually begin to receive these services. So we've been linking a lot of our participants up with these local organizations for them to get taken care of, like housing and getting their identification, which is a huge problem for the homeless to find their identification. Yeah.
What help do you need?
Funding. I mean, we are in this beautiful place, this beautiful location. The sound is great, and so we're linking up with organizations, getting contracts. We need volunteers to come through. We need people who believe in the power of music to contribute to us and spend time with us and be moved by the stories of the people. Mainly, what we need is more time. I mean, it's just every single day is a miracle, and we just need to keep this place funded.
When did you open the doors?
So we got the keys to open up on the 23rd of January, and then got the permit to build on mid-February, and we opened up the 2nd of May. And it's been amazing.
Tell me some stories about, because people often don't want to look at homeless. They don't want to see it because
Right.
it's so tough to look at.
Yeah.
Give me some stories about people that have walked in your doors,
Yeah.
and then once they have found music and are able to trust somebody,
Yeah.
are you turning out a different personality?
It's night and day. It really is. Well, one of our participants, he's an incredibly talented singer. And so when I met him at the soup kitchen, incredibly depressed, soft-spoken, probably even using. And we started this music thing, and he thought we were all going to be a band and we're going to like tour the world and whatnot. So we start writing songs, we start recording songs, we start performing songs, and little by little he began to receive more services. He started going out and actually getting services, and now he's got his identification, and we've just sent out the paperwork needed so that he can get his housing. And that's just linking up with the organizations that are already there. We're outreaching, we're finding these talents, and we're building them up, and we're helping them believe in themselves again.
Do people understand your mission?
Yes, absolutely, because when somebody comes to one of our showcases where we highlight the talent that we find, They finally get to drop that wall that we have to sometimes when we're walking down the street and we're confronted with it. They were able to drop their wall and really begin to kind of praise the person for who they are. So the participant actually begins to experience what it's like to be appreciated and loved, even if just for a moment, you know. And everybody really wins at the end of that night.
Where's this journey going to take you? Do you have any idea?
Oh my gosh, I have so many dreams.
Which are?
There's just so many. I mean, so many of the songs that are coming out of here are really powerful songs. So
And you're recording them.
Yeah, we're recording them, we're performing them. And I believe that, you know, maybe, like, you know, major artists would even be interested in recording some of these songs, generating revenue, not only for musical intervention, but for our participants. We love seeing people's eyes open, finding the talent that they never knew they had. That's the basic thing, like that's like our food every day. But the big dreams are, obviously, we have a model, we want to build on our model, we want to see if it actually works, and then we want to replicate it.
Nationally.
Nationally, of course, yeah, it's powerful.
When you're in bed at night and you're thinking about stuff that you've done during the day and the lives that you're changing, what are you thinking about?
Well, I'm never really up because I'm so tired by the time I hit bed, I crash. However, when Travis Carbonella recorded this documentary, I was really able to reflect on it, you know? And I think, you know, watching it, I've wept. You know, I've wept to see the changes in people's lives, to see the heartbreaks kind of begin and their hearts become renewed. And so that's the food that I get from doing what kind of comes natural to me, which is just helping and just serving, you know? It keeps my mind off of my own like life issues and different things like that. I'm able to just, and that's the advice I give to the people I'm working with who suffer from like all kinds of things, you know? It's like, hey, just try to help this person. And you know, you get your mind off yourself and you start helping somebody else, and you usually feel a lot better.
I can see such passion in your eyes when you talk about this.
Yeah.
Adam, thanks for changing the world, and we're going to get you as much help as we can.
Thank you, Ann.
Musical intervention. Thank you.
Ann. Thank you, Ann.
When we're missing, who's this girl I spend all night kissing? And if Walter's right here, then who else is missing? Got a little sidetracked to find myself wishing to find the keys to the door, but it's also a metaphor. Things keep locked in the grocery store, but mine just to save time. Skip right ahead to the nice ride. The harder we look, the